all you need to know, the Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning and thanks for listening in. Stock markets in India rebounded after having lost significant ground during the special trading day on the weekend. We'll tell you all about that and a lot more on Bloomberg Quint's All You Need to Know. I'm Alex Matthew and today is the 5th of February. Investors globally continue to track the progress of the coronavirus that broke out in China's Wuhan province. Over the last 2 weeks, China has locked down some 50 million people in more than a dozen cities to try and stop the virus. And it takes as long as 14 days for the flu-like symptoms of the virus to appear. Soon China will find out if the largest mass quarantine in history has worked or if undiscovered cases have quietly dispersed and seeded a far wider epidemic. The number of infected rose to over 20,000 on Tuesday, with 425 having lost their lives so far. Back home, Punjab National Bank reported earnings yesterday and Darshan will tell you all about that. But Executive Director Rajesh Kumar Yaduvanshi told Bloomberg Quint that the bank would recover nearly 6,000 crore rupees from written-off accounts by March. This includes over 2,000 crore rupees from Bhushan Power and Steel. The lender's gross bad loans are still untenable, standing 16.3% at the end of December. The tax department clarified yesterday that mutual funds would only collect 10% TDS for payments in the dividend options of their schemes and not on gains arising from redemption of units in their growth schemes. The finance minister scrapped the dividend distribution tax, remember, in her budget on the weekend and announced that dividends would now be taxed in the hands of the holder. India's gold imports have tumbled by half in January as record domestic prices and a slowdown in economic growth curbed demand. Imports fell to 21.7 tons last month from 45.9 tons a year earlier, according to a person familiar with the matter. Oil declined after an industry report showed that there was a rise in U.S. crude stockpiles. The commodity was already under pressure with the ongoing spread of the coronavirus and worries about global growth. On Tuesday, Brent crude fell to $53.96 to a barrel. In international news, the US is mulling a plan to withdraw from another pact. This time it's global and it's worth $1.7 trillion in government contracts. It may also anger close allies during a delicate moment for trade. Officials in President Donald Trump's administration are circulating a draft executive order that would trigger a U.S. exit from the World Trade Organization's Government Procurement Agreement, or GPA, if a pact isn't reformed in line with American views, according to a person familiar with the matter. In international markets, U.S. stocks climbed strongly, with the three averages gaining close to 1.5% each. But the day once again belonged to Tesla, which climbed 17% a day after it jumped over 20%. The stock is now up 122% this year, giving the electric vehicle maker a market value greater than that of General Motors, Fiat Chrysler and Volkswagen combined. Stocks in the Asia-Pacific region have opened positive as well. The Nikkei 225 in Japan was higher by 1.4%, and the other two early risers had also gains of more than 0.3%. And with that, it's over to Darshan Mehta, who will tell you all about the trade setup for the day. Morning, Darshan. How are we looking today?
Hi Alex, good morning everyone. There is a massive rally across the globe. The US markets, the European markets, even the Asian markets have started off with a bang. The SGX Nifty, however, is muted. It seems that post the massive move that we saw yesterday, follow-up buying probably is not coming in, but there's still time for the markets to open. So in terms of earnings, Cipla is the only Nifty company with results today, but among the other one, there is HPCL, Indiabulls Housing Finance, Berger Paints, Brigade, DLF, Adani Enterprises, Ajanta Pharma, Apollo Tyres, Cadila Healthcare, Divi's Lab, Engineers India, Kaveri Seeds, Max Financial Services, Pratap Snacks. So a whole host of companies will report numbers. Bharti Airtel came out with numbers yesterday after market hours. Results were in line with estimates. The ARPUs were stable. India business growth was flat, while Airtel Africa reported strong performance. They reported a net loss due to an exceptional item of 1050 crores. The EBITDA contribution was clearly seen from Africa business, home broadband and enterprise business. TVS Motors results were in line with estimates. Revenues down 11%, profit down 30%, EBITDA down 3%, and the margin improvement was due to lower raw material cost. Profit was down due to an exceptional loss. Tata Global Beverages slightly weak. Revenues up 2.6%, profit up 21%, EBITDA up 22%. The volume growth was 5%. The margins improved due to lower raw material cost and other expenses. The tea business revenues up 2%, coffee was down 4%, Starbucks was up 27%. Strong operating profit margin expansion in the US coffee business was positive, while the key negative was weak operating margins in the domestic and international tea business. Thermax revenues down 2%, profit up 13%, EBITDA up 5%. The margin increase was due to lower expenses, and PAT was higher due to a lower base because last year had an exceptional item. Apollo Pipes revenues up 15%, profit up 26%, EBITDA up 24%. CSB Bank NII up 30%, net profit at 28 crores versus 1 crore last time. Asset quality weakened. Avanti Feeds weak set of numbers, revenues up 10%, EBITDA was down 42%, profit was down 35%, margins at 6.9% versus 13.1% as other expenses and raw material cost dented the numbers. Oracle Finance revenues flat, EBITDA up 2%, profit up 27%, and other income and lower tax rate boosted the profits. Stocks to watch: Sun Pharma launched the Absorica capsules in the US markets. Cadila Healthcare received 0 Form 483 observations from the US FDA for the Ahmedabad plant. Manappuram Finance yesterday, Baring India sold in 4.15 crore shares. Key Square Master Fund, Copthal Mauritius and Society General were the buyers, and Bharat Wire Ropes, in which Motilal Oswal and Ramdev Agarwal acquired 9.4 lakh shares each. OSAG Enterprises was the seller. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website bloombergquint.com and click on the All You Need to Know tab, and you'll be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. And as always, thank you all for listening in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma. Or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.